When W. E. Henley wrote his famous lines about being the master of his fate and the captain of his soul, he arrived at a profound conclusion. But because his work is poetry, we often treat this idea as a metaphor, a nice sentiment to put on a wall, rather than a functional tool. Henley was a poet, not a philosopher or a scientist. He could describe the feeling of self-determination, but he never actually explained the mechanics of how a person forces their environment to mirror their internal will. View the mind as a source of rhythmic energy. It acts as a magnet, drawing in circumstances that align with our most frequent thoughts. This magnetic pole operates without moral judgment, materializing whatever idea, whether a constructive goal or destructive fear, dominates the mental field. To see this mechanism in a real-world setting, we can look at the early career of a director who had no resources other than his own obsession. His story suggests that power doesn't come from luck, but from an absolute control over the mind's magnetic focus. Steven Spielberg began his career with a singular, all-consuming obsession. He was going to direct films. He lacked every traditional advantage. He had no industry connections, no capital, and no formal invitation to enter the studios. His first step was a physical act of infiltration. He spent 3 months sneaking past the gates of Universal Studios by hiding on the visitor tour bus and slipping away between sound stages. He aligned his physical presence with his mental vision. He wore a suit, carried a briefcase, and greeted the security guards until they accepted his presence as routine. Eventually, he found an empty room on the lot, taped his name to the door, and began operating out of it as if it were his own office. This persistent behavior eventually brought him into the orbit of studio executive Sid Sheinberg, who was so impressed by a short film Spielberg made that he offered him a contract. Spielberg didn't wait for a door to open. He occupied the space he wanted until the environment reorganized to include him. However, even a strong vision faces resistance. His first feature, The Sugarland Express, failed. For a young director, a commercial failure this large typically ends a career before it begins. But because his internal focus was fixed, Spielberg's confidence remained steady despite the external failure. He immediately sought his next move. When he found the manuscript for Jaws, he didn't just ask to direct it. He demanded the studio fire the director already attached and hand the project directly over to him. The result was a historic success. Jaws broke all existing box office records, earning $100 million in the first month, proving his vision could overcome a previous failure. When a mind is saturated with a specific goal, temporary setbacks are treated as obstacles to move past, rather than reasons to stop. This momentum continued for decades, allowing him to lead some of the most successful projects in cinema history, including Jurassic Park. It culminated in the creation of DreamWorks, an entire production house built from the ground up with other industry leaders. While this story is set in Hollywood, the principles behind it are presented as a universal law. These same patterns were identified in a study of 500 of the world's wealthiest individuals. Most of them began in poverty, yet they all followed a similar trajectory by directing their mental energy toward a single, definite outcome. These rules are not complex. They are available to anyone who is willing to take control of their inner dialogue and maintain a steady focus. Your mind is exerting a magnetic pull right now. The question is, what circumstances are your current thoughts drawing into your life? This method isn't just for billionaires. In our next video, we will look at how 2 people very close to this project used these exact steps to achieve a significant transformation in their own lives.